Hi guys, so I made it back from work. So this is my video with the notes that I wanted to do. This one is called Cleaning Your Thoughts. This is based on the laws of attraction and the secret, like I was telling you. Okay, so here's a quick version. Let me make this as quick as possible of the things that I have gone through as a woman and a mother. And by the time I get to the end of this story, you'll understand why I refuse to say my daughter's name. Next Friday, Black Friday, will be the 20-year anniversary of my daughter getting sick. She was hit with E. coli in 2001 at the age of 18 months. So I have really experienced, I have 10 major things that I can say I've experienced and lived the most. One will be hurt. Two, I was full of anger. Three was loneliness. Four was hungry. Five was homeless. Six was without. Seven, helpless. Eight, self-pity. Nine, ignorant. And 10, strong. I was only strong for her. The ignorance come from the E. coli. When they first said, explaining to me my daughter was dying because of coli, and I'm like, oh shit, coli. That happens to families on the at the fair on the news. Well, that was '01. We would have never thought, but 2021 we'd believe that shit. A lot of self-pity, helpless, without, homeless, hungry, loneliness, hurt, full of anger. All of those kind of line up together. I couldn't stay with my daughter in ICU, so I had to sleep in. There was times I slept in my car, in the parking deck. There's times that I only could afford to eat off of her menu because technically she couldn't eat majority of the time, especially in ICU. I never give her pity. I gave her hope. The reason I give her hope is because that was all we had. If they're telling us repeatedly she's gonna die, hope is all we had. Giving up wasn't an option. That was for sure. I knew that early in. And in 2001, when they, told me she was going to die, the head of the team, Dr. Foreman, I guess he and Dr. Wigfall looked at me like, this chick's really crazy. And I let them know my daughter's got things to live for. You can just go on down the hall and tell somebody else that shit. And in 2017, Dr. Foreman retired. But he called me and asked me if I would come up to Duke University so he could have a talk with me before he left campus. And he explained to me, back in 2001 when, this journey began with his team and he first started dealing with me, and I was always like, no, keep going, try something else. We're going to make this work. He had to admit at the beginning he thought I was pretty crazy, and then along that journey he understood I was just more along spiritual. I ran priest out through the years, all this. I let them know my God was way more powerful than them. So Dr. Foreman informed me that if he was a betting man, he'd bet on me every time. It's just that being a doctor, doctors can't mix medicine with God, and I totally understand that. 2014, I lost my husband in October. April of that same year, they had told us that we were going to lose her then. I didn't accept it, not knowing that I would lose my husband. And she and I would end up on this journey together. Well, 2016, once again, tragedy struck us, as if things were not already bad. You know, death teaches you a lot of things about people. Well, I come home from work one Sunday night, and someone had robbed me, and they didn't stop there. They set my house on fire. Well, me being the crazy woman I am, I went through the window I knew was unlocked to get my daughter's transplant meds. And as I was coming out, the blind caught me. I wasn't thinking, you know, they robbed me and set my house on fire. I'm not thinking any weapons or any of my ammo is in the house. Well, as I was getting ready to exit the window, the ammo started going off, and as I tried to jump through the window, the blind string caught my ankle and pulled me back. And I told my daughter just run with her med bag. And I just laid in the ground. Thank God my first husband was military and he trained me, so I was kind of prepared for that one. And when I got to my van, I understood then why God chose me. How many crazy women were going to go in a house to get some medication? I was, because nowhere around my town was I going to be able to find no transplant meds that time of the night without my daughter. You know, my daughter needed her meds. That's what any woman would have done, I hope, or would think, risk their life. But I did it. So that was the night that I discovered there was no need to be angry, because I was chosen for a reason. The following year, I was given probably one of the best gifts that I was ever given, and that was called The Secret. I have it sitting over here. When I first read The Secret, what I did was I cut out a picture of, it says, I said, let me try something I've always wanted that I know I can't have, or I'll never be able to afford. So I cut out a picture of a 450 black Benz, black outside, black on the inside, TVs, the whole 9 yards. Well, 4 months I had that Benz through manifestation, laws of attraction. I said, oh, there's nothing going to stop me now. And that's when I kept on doing my research. Well, it's coming up on the 20 years. If you'd have asked me 5 years ago, I'd have told you, shit, time is a hell of a thing. You'd ask me now, I'll tell you time is just an illusion. Everything's just an illusion. It's really not the things that are put on you that God tests you. He wants to see your outcome, how you're going to handle these situations. So at some point, we spent a lot of time at the hospital. Like I was really driving home in the middle of the night to check jobs a few nights a week just to make sure I had income coming in while my daughter's laid up in the hospital. Because like I said, I wasn't asking for anything. God gave me some good hands and some good feet and a good mouth. So go out and get it, girl. There's other people. There were people less fortunate than me that needed these things, and I understood that. So why should I ask for these things when there's families that are up here losing their home? They've been up here for years at a time. I met some amazing people, amazing adults, amazing kids, but I had to learn, I had to stop sharing the things that were going on with us, because everybody don't wish you well. They may say it with their mouth, but their mouth and their heart don't line up. These people's mouth and heart don't line up for you. These are the last people you want to ask for prayer. Your situation that you have going on is between you and God. God don't need you to get a paralegal to pray for you, okay? He needs you to do it with your own mouth. He needs you to have gratitude for the things that he has given you, not for what he hasn't given you, because he can't give you what you want if you're not grateful for what you have. I thank Father for my growth. the things that I've learned, I'm now a little bit more secluded than I used to be. I don't mess with many people. I help people. If they call out to me, I will. I just don't share my daughter's condition. My daughter is still sick, and I still take care of her. She's going to be 22 after the first of the year. She's still living with this condition. Hopefully, it'll be over soon. I've been saying that for almost 20 years now. But never give up hope. Hope is something you hold on to. Me and her have been through a lot of things together. We seem to have each other's back. She's now enrolled in school. I pay her tuition every month like clockwork because I tell her she's going to be good. She's going to be okay. And when she's well and she gets that normal life finally, she's going to need a way to hustle to survive. And I'm proud of my daughter. So we don't ask for prayer for a reason. We don't post this on social media because when we close down and quit telling everybody our business but God, things started moving in the right direction for us. I deleted my social media for a while after my husband died. I'm back on there now. I don't stay on as much as possible. I don't get on there like everybody else. I might post every 2 to 3 months or something. Not my real business. You know, a portion of what I'm actually going through. But I don't tell people my business. People seem to think things are handed to us, and people I guess they see me as being strong, and they ask me for a lot of things. And I give a lot of things out, but I just don't, I'm only sharing this because I don't think people realize what I've gone through to get where I'm at, or what I go through to take care of her, what I deny myself to make sure she has an education, a home, a car, medication. Insurance cuts off. I got to have backup money. I have to go in my savings and buy insulin meds or whatnot, you know, to get the insurance, and it costs, I'm going to tell you, it really costs. A lot of people go through a lot of things every day. Just because they don't talk about them don't mean they're not going through things. But I don't want no pity. I'm not asking for no pity. I just want to share some thoughts on cleaning your thoughts. When you clean your thoughts up, you'd be surprised how things change around you, how quickly. And I would suggest, I really have to suggest The Laws of Attraction. Let me get that book. Hold on, just right one quick. It was rewritten, same thing. It's better than the movie. It's the greatest secret. Go to your local Barnes & Nobles. Go on Amazon, whatever you get. Wherever you buy your books. Just get this book. I promise you. You will not regret it. Like, you will not regret it. Do your manifestation board. Something similar to this where you can look at it every day. My board, I did almost 2 years ago. And I put on here, pay cash for a condo and a retirement, you know, somewhere I could retire because I want to travel. I bypassed everything that I manifested. So I think I'm going to turn it over and start me a new board. Just don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll mess with the stock market. I don't know. It is pretty good in stocks. But anyway, I just wanted to share this thought. And if you're going through some hard times right now, or going through some really bad things, and you're sharing with family, friends, or whatever, and things just keep going from bad to worse, maybe these people don't have your best interests at heart. So maybe you should be a little secret about your movements and your actions, and just keep it between you and God, and see how things change for you. I think that's about it. I've done a lot of notes, but I didn't want to go into too much of my daughter's business. Just want you to know many people wear many hats. It's not for everybody to know what you're going through. Just know that somehow, some way, you are strong enough. You are just simply enough. Just believe in yourself. You don't need a whole cheerleading squad. You really don't. I tell people all the time, I have people say dumb shit like, oh, well, can I do this or can I do that for UT? And I'm like, hell no. Did you see me taking applications for a cheerleader? No, I don't need no cheerleaders on my team. I really don't. But Jesus Christ, because guess what? He'll send the people to you that you need. And I don't need people financially. I'm not even going to say I need a prayer. But I do have some angels that were sent. There's some people, I don't even want to call their names, but I have a few. And it's always the ones you would never believe, but it's clients I got long-term relationship with that know that I spend a lot of time in these major hospitals taking care of my daughter. I don't ask them for things, but they give me things, whether it be books, it's always gift cards. They know how I am. They know I'm a really high-strung person, and I'm always out here making money and running multiple businesses. Because there's opportunities. There's always opportunities. There's always that next opportunity. Just got to grab it. You just don't know what it is, but be ready for it. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out because I'll get too caught up into this and I got some other things to do. I'm going to bake cakes and pies for needy families tonight and start handing those out this week. And I will be doing that for the next week until I start on my family's dinner, which it's just me and my daughter. So, but anyway, thank you for your time. And I'm not asking for no pity. I just want this to help somebody else. And there is a choice to make when you come to that crossroad. But just pray about it and make the right choice. And everybody runs from that pity party and victim mentality stuff. If I taught my daughter to not have pity and have hope from the age of 18 months to almost the age of 22, if I don't let my daughter have no pity for herself, I can't give a grown-ass person pity. I'm just saying that. I don't even give myself pity. That's how I keep going. Thank you. Stay blessed and stay prayed up. T clean.